My name's Lindsay Bennett. I'm the co-founder of Le Sautan. And before I started Le Sautan, my sisters and I opened the Secret Day Spa in 2009, and then we opened Sistine Beauty in 2018. My life before beauty was in sales and marketing. So when I was working my full-time job, my 9 to 5 in sales and marketing, I opened a little tiny spray tan salon. Now this was when spray tan had just first come to the UK. And I was working 9 to 5, and then I was doing that in the evening and doing that at the weekend. And I found a real passion for beauty. My Italian salon was my side hustle. I was working my 9 to 5 and then coming in, getting ready for to go and work in the salon. And although it was hard work, I was young, I had no kids, and I really loved it. So I loved my job in sales and marketing. In that particular job, I've been doing it for 16 years. And then all of a sudden we had a change in management. I had a lot of personal issues were happening at the same time. And going into work every day became really, really stressful. I was nervous going in. I was coming home. I was crying. My husband was saying to me, "You can't go on like this. This is just not worth it." And I thought, I need to make a real life change here. In 2009, at the height of the last global recession, work was putting me into an early grave, and I thought, I have got to do something different. Having the little tanning salon really showed me that I loved the beauty industry. I said to my sisters, look, I know this is a bold move, but what if we were to open our own beauty salon? And thankfully, they were on board. They loved the idea. Now, I'm not the kind of person that does things small. I'm either go big or go home. So we took the risk. We remortgaged our houses to get the capital for it. At this time, there were not a lot of beauty salons in Belfast, in the area where we wanted the Secret Day Spa. So we found this property. It was over 3 floors. And everybody thought, oh my gosh, you girls are crazy. Don't do it. But would we listen? No, we didn't. And that is when we opened the Secret Day Spa in 2009. Remortgaging our homes was absolutely terrifying. But I had this confidence within me. I knew that this was going to work. I knew that I was going to be able to take all of that I had learned in customer service, in sales and marketing. I knew I was going to take that and put it into my business. And the research that I had done within the beauty industry, within beauty salons, was that there were so many amazing therapists, but they really lacked the business acumen to take their business to the next level. And I knew that was something that I could excel at. The biggest challenges in any first year of business is always cash flow. So there's that balance of getting people in through the door, making sure the money is in the till, and at the same time spending some money in order to get money in through the door. Now, we were very savvy. The minute we opened the Secret, actually before we opened the Secret Day Spa, we did a marketing campaign, and we had the tiniest of budget. But what we did was we did what we could with the resources that we had. So at the time, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no TikTok. We got out into our local community. We printed flyers. We gave it to all of the local traders within the area we were in. We also did that within residential areas. We spoke to everybody that we come across. We told them what was happening. We made it such a big thing that on the road where we had the spa, everyone was asking, what's going in there? What's going in there? And then we had a launch party to launch it as well. So we had done some of the hard work before we even opened, but that first year was still a challenge. And I'm not frightened to admit, in that first year, there was many times when we had to go to our parents, or we had to go to maybe another family member and ask, could we borrow money to keep the doors open? 6 months in particular were a challenge. We started to build our team, and we started to have repeat customers, and we started to get into the swing of it ourselves as well. This was our first business. Well, it was our first full-time business, taking away from the side hustle of the tanning salon. So once we sort of got into the swing of that, and we knew our roles, and that first year we looked back and we had made a tiny profit, and I just knew this is going to be a success. Spray tan does not take that much training. Spray tan opening orders it's not that huge an investment. It is one of those treatments that most clients want. It is one of those treatments that is not seasonal. People want spray tans all year round. It is also one of those treatments that your clients are going to love. It will give them that instant change. They will be able to look in the mirror and say, wow, look how amazing I look with my spray tan on. And when I hear that feedback, that's when I know I'm doing a good job. Right from day one, because we were so known for our spray tanning, right from day one, Friday was always our busiest day of the week. We would sometimes have 20 spray tans back to back, back to back, back to back. And we did have a dedicated spray tan area, of course. In those early days, it used to be crazy because the overspray of the spray tan would have been everywhere. You would have smelt the spray tan throughout the salon. You would have been in checking to make sure your clients were dry. And it was just so fast paced and so crazy. And it was all these things that led me on to developing Le Sotan. So the tanning formulas we were using at the time, not only were they wet and sticky, and when you have 20 clients back to back, you want to get those clients in, make sure they're having a great experience, but you want that quick turnaround. Mist was everywhere. It was our beautifully decorated salon and it was covered in spray tan. But not only that, the wear off wasn't great. It was drying the skin out. Tan has evolved so much from those early days, but even 5 years down the line, we were still having these same issues. The most common problem you will have in the spray tan room is clients not listening to your advice and coming in with makeup or body lotion on. Now, this is one of the key reasons that we developed Le Sotan Primer. Le Sotan Primer has organic witch hazel, which means it's going to cleanse the skin. It's going to neutralize any products that may be in the skin. It also has lactic acid, which closes pores, so it's going to prevent that spotty leg effect. So having this in your treatment room is an absolute game changer. What really came to a head for launching Le Sotan was when I had my twins, Scarlett and Sophia, I swole up like a beach ball in my last month. And I worked right up until the day I had those girls, and I know a lot of salon owners are able to empathize with this. I worked right up to the day I had the girls. I went into labour early, and I had this preconception of going into labour because I was having a cesarean, so I knew which day I was going in. The hair appointment was booked, the tanning appointment was booked, the nails were booked. I had to go into the hospital that night for emergency cesarean. Got up friends and family came to visit me the next day, and the first thing my sisters said to me was, "Oh my gosh, one, your swelling hasn't gone down. Do you not think you could have got a spray tan before you came in?" So I mean, I'm making very light of it now. But I found having babies a challenge in the sense that I did feel like I lost a little bit of myself. I came home and I had such expectations that I was going to snap back, I was going to be able to go to work really quickly, and actually it wasn't as easy as that. And again, go back to making light of it. One of the things my sister says to me after about 2 or 3 weeks was, "Look girl, go around and get a spray tan. You know you're going to feel so much better," because they know that that gives me that instant endorphin hit. And I went round and I had a spray tan, and it was wet and it was sticky, and the smell of it, and I don't know whether my senses were heightened, but the smell was really overpowering. Came home, lifted the babies, and the little babies turned orange holding them with my spray tan on. And breastfeeding, of course, that was out the window. So we were having this convo at the dinner table with our family, and my brother, who is a chemistry teacher, but he had developed his own product, his own skincare product, and he said, "Look girls, put your money where your mouth is. Let me help you develop a spray tan. You're so passionate about spray tanning, I know you could do a really great job." And that's where the seed was born. As I said, I'm that kind of person, you go big or you go home. I wanted more than just a spray tan. I knew from my skin health experience that I wanted an all-round package for spray tanning. When you think about when you doing a facial, where you're giving your customer, giving them advice on how to look after their skin within the 4 weeks that they're seeing you, you're able to upsell in that experience as well. And I wanted that for the spray tan experience. I wanted when a client came in and you said to them, "No makeup, no tight clothes, make sure you remove all your tan," and they came into the spray tan room and I haven't done that. I wanted a product that was going to be able to help the therapist to neutralize the products that were on the skin, to make sure the skin was hydrated, to make sure that once you started spray tanning, the chances were that you were giving them a much better experience than if they didn't have what is now the Le Sceau Tan Primer. So we created the Le Sceau Tan Primer as the first step, and we knew that we would be able to retail this as well. Then the tan itself, we wanted something that was organic. We wanted it that it was quick drying, but wasn't going to dry out the skin. And also we wanted a product that they were able to take home that day and boost the tan that they had. And that's when we created our Skin Perfector. Launching the Le Sceau Tan Bath Bomb in 2019 was an absolute game changer for Le Sceau Tan. The 2 years previous to that, we were out knocking on doors. This is our spray tan. Let me show you how it works. Look how amazing it is. And we had such a successful 2 years, but we were nowhere near where we wanted to be. And launching that bath bomb with zero PR spend and it going viral overnight, selling those 30,000, meant that all that hard work we had done, all those doors we had rapped on, they then came to us and they wanted us in their salon. It was an absolute game changer. But I can tell you, having one viral product is not going to build your brand. You still need to come in every day, market your business, sell your business, and be the best business person that you can be. When I look back to what we have achieved in the last, it'll be 16 years this August when I first opened the Secret Day Spa, and how my life has changed, how my family's life has changed, and all of the wonderful things that we have done. In the Secret Day Spa, we have 20 girls that work there, all live in our local community. We have invested in them, we have invested in our salon, we have invested in ourselves, educating ourselves, becoming better business people. When I look back even at the product development that we have done within Le Sceau Tan, we have brought products to the market that no other brand has done before. Even these big, massive brands, the Le Sceau Tan Bath Bomb we developed in 2017, went viral overnight, sold 30,000 in the first week. The Le Sceau Tan Primer, never been done before. Our tanning balms that we have. But not only that, I have always been that kind of person that I want to educate those coming up behind me as well. So all the girls that have been through the door of the Secret Day Spa, if they want to go on and open their own business, I have been there to help and to guide them. I don't have all the answers, but I am always willing to invest in myself to learn more and also to help others on their journey in the beauty industry.